Alrighty, so we spoke to Belinda before, who's our Director of Clinical Services at National 360. My name's Luke, State Manager for South Australia. Keen to talk to you. Thanks for everyone jumping on. Keen to talk to you about our industry-leading 12-month graduate program. So a little bit about National 360, our story. Was started about 15 years ago in Victoria as National OT. Heidi Long, as Belinda mentioned, started a sole trader business, which has grown far and wide and developed a lot more internally since then. So we're now in every state of Australia, as Belinda mentioned, in speech pathology, OT and physiotherapy, positive behaviour support and allied health assistance, reaching clients far and wide in face-to-face community and telehealth services. The reason we do what we do is to simply support and empower people of all ages and abilities to live meaningful and independent lives. And it's fantastic to see that being lived out every day within our walls and in the community. We're also committed to developing high quality resources and creating the best opportunities for our therapists in work, out of work, and everything relating to our team as well. So our vision and values, our purpose is to provide Australians with exceptional care that puts them first. We promise that personalised care reaches their goals, expertise that gets results. And our values, which are proudly displayed on the walls of every office and every clinic, is that we value the person, we raise the bar and we go above and beyond. And that's recognised internally through our team with consistent awards and recognition, which we'll talk about in a jiff. Over 100 locations across all those blue areas in Australia. So poor old NT, no love for them just yet, but we'll be up there at some stage, I'm sure. 100 locations across Vic, SA, New South Wales, Queensland, Tassie, and the ACT. Office locations, most of which include clinic facilities as well, all across Australia. And that slide will need to be updated in the next month or two with another couple of locations opening soon, which is very exciting. We are a community practice-based organisation, so we're out and about all the time. We're working alongside partnering organisations to consistently deliver efficient, reliable and high-quality services across the NDIS, aged care and insurance sectors. So a few of our partnering organisations there growing by every week and every month. And one of the reasons we love community-based care is the efficacy and the proven results of community in-home delivered services and mobile therapy. So it's offered in a comfortable, familiar setting, their home, their work, their school, wherever that might be, wherever they're needing that help, wherever they're the most comfortable. And it just builds trust. It develops relationships with the client, their carers, their family, teachers, classmates, whoever it might be, to get the most out of the time that we can spend with them for the short term and also the long term as well. And we can involve the key people to achieve better outcomes. It's often support coordinators, direct support workers, carers and other treaters as well to make it a collaborative approach to their therapy. So what does it look like working at National 360? Well, a day in the life of a therapist, sometimes spent on the laptop down by the water if you so wish. We visit participants in the community. We travel within our local areas, out and about to see clients. And these visits, as we said, happen in homes, care facilities, schools, hydro pools, workplaces, just to name a few. And the flexibility is that you determine your visits, you manage your administrative time, your travel. There's an enormous amount of trust throughout our organisation for our clinicians so that you can see your own clients in a timely manner based on their individual needs and your practicality as well. There's a lot of team connection that's prioritised through the week through staff meetings in person or virtually, supervision, structured and informal as well, professional development, both internal and external, allocation discussions and office days for the team to get together socially, professionally, to get the best out of their day and their week. And we absolutely promote this flexibility. It's what everyone lives in this organisation is the flexibility, which is so much value that's added to your week. And when multi-D teams are in place, like my team here in Adelaide, which is great, the clinicians are co-working files with other disciplines. So OT, physiotherapy, speech pathology, behaviour support, and allied health assistance wherever involved as well. So our team structure includes graduate therapists, like hopefully a few people on this call will be next year. So welcome to all of you. we're transforming into an allied health service, offering various levels of expertise across all disciplines to make you a confident and competent clinician as you progress in your career. So transitioning from a graduate therapist into a clinician or senior clinician over the coming years, supervision components, level 1 and level 2, is based on experience and the number of supervisees, more tailored specialty areas, so clinical practice advisors or CPAs, national leaders of clinical disciplines, so our clinical leads, and then the management pathway as well, so team leaders, regional managers, and state managers. And the support structure, which is absolutely crucial. So the 12-month program commences with a 12-week induction program. You are the team member at the center of that. There's the 360 circle of support. It exposes you to our organization, our clients, our families, our partners, and the circle of support will include the team leader, clinical educator, supervisor, graduate ambassadors, and the clinical practice advisors to support you every step of the way. So it's one-on-one supervision and group supervision with the clinical supervisor, up to 2 mentoring sessions per week with our clinical practice advisors who are specialists in one of the areas of OT or physio, speech or behavior support, and the opportunity to shadow experienced therapists providing care in the community, our graduate-specific multi-D workshops, amongst many other things throughout that program and into the duration of that 12 months. So our program's been specifically designed to be able to tailor caseloads based on preferences and interest and what's available in that territory. And so we're here to support you to develop a long-term career plan, not just for the first few months or the first year, but for the years ahead as you transition into your career as an allied health professional. So it's industry-leading support going through all of those items that I've mentioned before, and our clinical leaders at the center of everything that we do make sure that the client is always the #1 priority for any structure that we have in place as well. Our 360U program is all about you. The organisation introduced all of these benefits earlier in the year and over the last few years as well, to make National 360 an amazing place to work. Team social events with fun funds. We have discounts on private health insurance, promotional opportunities through leasing options for vehicles, salary sacrificing to save for a home, allowances for external professional development, as well as the abundance of internal professional development that's available, paid parental leave, psychological support for via our emergency assistance program, and genuine interstate relocation opportunities. We have all of our roles are available in some way or another in other states, and we endorse and encourage people who have already moved interstate. There was one recently where one of our Melbourne-based therapists was needing some sun, I think, and they've moved permanently to the Gold Coast and joined our team on the Gold Coast, and they've hit the ground running, which is fantastic. And of course, the flexibility of working from home or the office, working part-time, full-time. We listen to you, and we're here to support you in whatever your career wants to look like from that perspective as well. So current opportunities, now recruiting for our 2022 graduate program. Scary to think that it's almost 2022, and that's across OT, speech and physio, across all states, all cities, metro and regional opportunities are there, looking for a January 2022 start. And including in this is our fast track program to become an allied health assistant before the graduate program starts, to get into the pace of National 360, to meet colleagues, to meet clients, and to get familiar with our world, so that there are positions available. So we're keen to have that conversation with you as well, to allow you to hit the ground running as a therapist next year. And as part of that, we've also got our free webinar series coming up. October the 20th is the next one around communication fundamentals. We encourage anyone who's interested in a role at National 360 in a community health service to jump on and find out more, ask any questions that you might have about what a life could look like for you at National 360. And in terms of how to apply, we'd love to encourage you to have a look at our website, our job applications, and the info that's on the website. There's email and phone contacts there. Reach out to any of us on our socials, on LinkedIn or on Facebook, to get in touch, or visit the website. And would love to take any questions that anyone may have.
We might hold the line for questions while the students and graduates are still thinking. But if there's any I guess, questions you would ask Luke? Because I mean, you've experienced now, but I guess questions that someone would ask you that'd be helpful, for someone starting out their journey right now, so young.
Yeah, sure. So I'm fortunate enough to be involved in a lot of the recruitment for the South Australian territory for our graduates and for our senior therapists as well. And one thing that's really struck me since I started with National 360 earlier this year was just the desire for the appropriate clinical support. And that's not just in new graduates. I don't think that's something that ever changes. As clinicians, we're constantly wanting to be the best version of ourselves and to be able to help as many people as effectively as possible. And since the day that I started, it stood out to me internally just how much clinical support there is internally and how much value as a business we put on that for each and every person. So it's not a want, it's a need for a therapist to have that ongoing support tailored to them. So it's not really a one size fits all approach. And that's very much the case for graduates, where there's stream specific, territory specific information and support from day one.
Absolutely. It sounds like it's very, very much tailored then.
Yeah, very much so. And a lot of work's gone into it by people who know a lot more about the clinical aspects of the different streams than I do. And we launched a graduate program last year, and it's been tailored again this year to be the best possible place for a new graduate coming out of uni, ready to hit the ground running as a therapist from 2022.
Beautiful. Thank you. And I think we've had a couple questions actually, Luke, around how to find National 360, their roles, website links. If you want to kind of touch on that, maybe bring up the slide even.
Yeah, sure thing. Would it be good to post it in the comments there?
Yeah, if you just chuck it in the let's put it in the chat function, Luke, just for anyone who's looking at it.
Now there's a link to our website just there, and some key contacts I'll post as well. I think I've done that right.
Yeah, brilliant.
And yeah, as Belinda said, just pop to the National 360 website. Should be fairly easy to find from there.
I love Belinda. She's just jumping on. Just do this. So good. Any questions from any of the grads that we've currently got on the call? If not, that's all good. What we can probably do, Sam, sorry, Luke, if you don't have anything more, it was obviously, presentation was really good. It gave a lot of insights that I didn't know about National 360, which was great. So look, mate, if you're happy to jump off, it seems like all the questions have been answered. And I'm sure if you've got if there's any other questions that the students are going to ask, they'll reach out to you guys directly.
Beautiful. Thanks, Elliot. Thanks,
everyone. No worries. Thanks, Luke.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There's a question. Oh, he's gone.
That's right. He's back.
So what are the let's had a question come through. So what are the types of degrees that you're open to interviewing for? I know it's quite broad in regards to the degrees that you guys look at.
Yeah, sure. So typically for the most common for the individual streams would be a bachelor or master's degree specific to that stream. We do have a international recruitment aspect to our HR team as well. They're the experts in that, and they know how different qualifications can get registration, whether it's APRA or SPA, the appropriate levels of qualification and then registration to be able to work as one of those roles. And then allied health assistance is much broader again. So it does vary. I'd encourage you to just send your details across for a more specific answer based on your situation. And someone who knows more than I do can give you a full answer.
Brilliant. I think that's it.
I'll do my disappearing act
the second you leave. Yeah. No, all good. No, thanks so much for coming on, Luke, mate. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah.
No worries. Thanks, mate.